This here is the Wattsaving US10 EV charger. It is a 40 amp charger and it does come with RFID cards. And this is a great charger. I did review it, so if you want to know all the details and specs about it, go and watch that review. I'm going to put a link up here. It's also down in the description. But today, we're not reviewing the charger or testing the charger. That all has been done. Today, I'm going to make this charger better for the application that we need it in. So if this charger goes into your garage or in a safe place where nobody can get to, then this works wonderful. But this is going to our vacation rental. It will be outside and there's nobody around many times. And well, the way it is designed right now, it can be taken off. It comes with a bracket. It can be taken off the bracket relatively easy and just be unplugged, and then my charger is gone. So I do want to prevent that. And that's what I'm going to prepare here today. We're gonna make this so that it's ready to be installed at our vacation rental. This charger actually lends itself great for that. So first, I thought I got these loose already here. Those are the little hooky things for that it hooks onto the bracket with. So we're taking all 4 of these off because we don't need those anymore. We're not going to use the bracket anymore, and they actually would be in the way. Initially, I thought they actually would hold the back end, the back side of the charger to the front side, but that is not the case. They're literally just in here so that you can attach the charger to its bracket. So in order to get the back off the front, there is 2 screws up here and 2 screws down here on the bottom. So we got to get those screws out. After those screws are out, we can already kind of pull on here, but it'll stick up here. So in here, we will see this here shortly. There's the contacts that actually connect this to the charger itself. So I got a little plastic pry tool here, and I'm just going in under here to help it push up a little. And here we go, it's already apart. Simple as that. So and this lends itself perfect for what I need to do. So you can see in the charger here, this here are the 3 pins that slide into these 3 contacts, and here's the wire, the cable to the 1450 plug. So all we need to do is take these off right here, loosen the cables up, and then we got this out. And then I can run my own cable straight in there and don't have to worry about somebody unplugging it and stealing this. So right now, we'll undo these and these 3, and then I'll show you the rest. So got this out, we got this loose, and there is a grommet here that the wires come through, and this makes it watertight. And so I'm not sure yet if I can, maybe I'll just push the whole grommet out with the wires. It looks like actually one of the wires here, the ground wire, since it's a little bit smaller, it has some sealant on it, so they're making sure there's no moisture getting in here, which is great to see. Now let's see if we can push that out. I think I can get the whole grommet out. There we go. Now we got this out. Perfect. Well, we got it out with the grommet on here, so that leaves a hole right here. I could take this grommet off, I guess, and run my wires through the grommet again. That would be one option. Or I can just use a good sealant and just seal this off. That would be the other option. So now I can still use the strain reliefs that were here when I bring in my own wire. And so the wire or the cable came from the bottom up in here, and for me, I might come back up in here just like that, because there's a plenty big opening right here to run a conduit right up in here, and that's probably what I'm gonna do. I just run the conduit in there, then it's protected, and I can seal it off too on top with some good sealant. And so basically what I need to do is install this onto the wall. And so before we would hang this onto the wall, but now we no longer want to hang it onto the wall. I want to actually screw that to the wall. And I can just use these 4 places here. That's where we had these little hooks on the back side. They were just in here on the back side, but I can just run screws from the front side here through this and attach this to the wall. Just like this, put 4 screws in, and then this is attached to the wall. Then I can bring my conduit up in here, run my wires in here, hook the wires up right up there, and then I take the charger and I push it on there, and I put the 4 screws on top and the 4 screws on the bottom. And now nobody can just come in and walk away with it. They would have to figure out how to open this up, disconnect it. Also, if I have conduit pressing on here, they got to get this out. There's quite something to do. It's much more permanent installed, and it just doesn't walk away as easy. When you're putting this together, you want to push more on top so that your contacts go in. The bottom will fall right in. That's not a big deal. Another thing I noticed, these little inserts here for the threads pulled out a little bit, so I'm going to push those back in if I can here with the pliers. Yeah, that works. I should be back in. This one came out a little too, right there. Otherwise they will interfere with that installation, but now we should be able to line this up, push this in, there we go. Now we can put the screws back in. Obviously this will be on the wall like this when you do so it'll be a little bit easier because you just have to grab the charger and push it on there. Put the screws in here, put the screws in there, and then you have a permanent install that is hardwired, that no longer has a plug. This is fine if you do this indoors, if you already have an NEMA 1450 installed, but otherwise I would recommend just remove this and hardwire it direct if you do not have an NEMA 1450 anyway. So okay, now we just now that we have this prepped, we got to take it to the cabin and get it installed. In order for nobody to steal my board real easy with the chargers on it, I'm placing the screw up here and the screw down here behind the chargers. So one would have to undo the chargers before one could just take the board off and walk away with this. But in order for the chargers to sit flat on here, I had to sink the screws in some, so then I can mount the charger right over the top of that. This had 4 of these little hooks on here, and those are the holes when you take the hooks out. So the holes are visible from the other side, which now I got basically 4 holes to mount this with screws from the inside, so the screws holding the charger to the board won't be visible either. Here it is. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws right there, and they won't be visible from the outside. There was this grommet here where you run the wire through, and there's 3 big holes, and then there's 3 little holes, and this little grommet goes right there. So basically this area here is going to be watertight. So down here I will come up with the conduit, and I'll be open. That doesn't matter because we got direct burial cable anyway. But I do have 3 big wires. I only need 2 of those. The black and the red. I don't need the white neutral, but I do need the ground. So I can run the ground through one of those little holes and the other 3 wires through the big holes, and then I'll just terminate the white in here somewhere while the other 3 hook up right up there. And this is how this looks now. We got the 3 in there, and over here we got the ground. I just poked that through there, no big deal. And now this needs to go through this hole here coming up from the bottom right there. So I gotta get that inserted in there. And this is the final product. So down here I just used some longer, those are 3mm machine screws. The ones that come with it, these up here, they're just like a 1/4 inch long. They're too short, so I bought some 1 inch longs, and now I can clamp the conduit in there. Then up here, in order to actually put a little pressure on these wires, I flip this the other inside out or upside down or whatever you want to call it, so you can see the bend goes inside rather than coming outside. Before it had the big thick cord under there, so the bend came out this way. Now the bend goes in to put pressure on. Here we got the grommet. This time all the holes are filled. Before they had to put some sealant on one of the big holes because they had the ground going through one of the big holes. We don't have that. And so we got our 2 phases hooked up, our 2 hot legs, our ground, and then we got this one here, that's the neutral that we don't need, and I just capped that off. So, and well, now we need to install the charger itself on here. And so now you can see, well, we got this big old thing here. You can see the screw up there, but you can't see the screw down here. It's behind the charger, and the charger screws are here, right there. So it's kind of theftish proof. I mean, as good as you can make it, obviously. You can't make those chargers perfect. That's almost impossible unless you could bolt it from through a wall from the inside out or something. But so this will be pretty good here. So yeah, this electrical here is basically done. We got to put the charger on, and well, then we can hook it up. And here we go. On is it. This was pretty simple. And actually, so the charger itself, this unit, it just pushes onto the bracket. And that is almost identical as the Tesla chargers are. And the 3rd generation Tesla chargers there. You install the bracket onto your wall or wherever, and then you just push the unit on. And so almost identical. So it's a super easy install. You can easily convert these Wattsaving US10 from this NEMA 1450 to a hardwire, and hardwire is the way to go. You don't want to use the NEMA 1450. Plugs are always a problem, regardless. Whatever you buy, it doesn't matter. Plugs are a problem. So hardwiring is always better, and especially if you're in an outdoor situation, that is the way to go. So yeah, so here we got a power tree in Island Park now. So there is room for a second charger. The Tesla charger will go up here. it will be getting electricity from the backside in. So since, well, this one came straight up here, but the other one will come in from the backside. So yeah, perfect. I do not have an electric car here to test it, so that's where it is, but I'm sure it works. It's here anyway, so that's a good start. Well, it's been a long day here in Island Park at the cozy cabin, but I got a lot of stuff done, including the charger right behind me. Can you see that thing? Is it right there? Yes, right there. You can see it, right? Right about there. So you would wonder probably why the heck put it right there and why the heck put it on the tree. Well, there's a couple things. So the ground here, when it freezes and thaws and gets wet and soggy and stuff, moves a lot. So posts don't stand up very well. Trees, on the other hand, do stand up really well. Then there's another issue here. So this is our driveway, and we have a big old snowblower coming in here in the wintertime. There is lots of snow here. So he comes in here, drives back here, and he blows snow. And right here, that's the danger zone. So because he can't blow towards the house, because sometimes he picks up some of the gravel. So he's got to blow out that way or then in right here. He can't go too far this way. So it's right in this area where he's going to blow the snow. And that's why the charger is on the back side of the tree. And so I added a little bit of a roof thingy up there, just to prevent some of the stuff possibly falling off the tree, falling right onto the chargers. Now there's only one. There will be a second one above this. So, but yeah, that's how it looks like at this point. And well, trees work wonderful. This will stay there for years and years to come. Well, the tree will grow, but it grows really slow, so it's not like it will rip the cable out of the ground or anything. No big deal. So really good. And as I pointed out probably before, this here is a great charger. This is the Wattsaving US10, and you can see it says card right there. And so this is a 40 amp charger, and so it's on a 50 amp circuit here, so you can run continuously at 40 amps. And it is it functions just like any other charger when you plug it in, but if you enable the cards, you need RFID cards. There's 2 RFID cards that go with this, and so that is perfect for us here because we don't want anybody to charge here except our guests. And so we can put, there's 2 RFID cards, we just put those inside the house, and when a guest is here, they can just activate the charger with the RFID card. This way they don't have to go look for breakers and accidentally flip a breaker off, because not everybody knows breakers and how this really works. So this will be great. This way the charger can stay on. It only has a light on it. It doesn't have a display. So there's nothing really to go wrong. The display green is good, red is bad, right? It's about all there is to it. So I love this charger. This is a great charger. I highly recommend if you are looking for a level 2 home charger, look into purchasing the Wattsaving US10. I have a link to it with every video that we have, because I really like this charger. This is a great charger. That's why I installed it here. And it's got that RFID card feature. So even if you install it at home, but you don't want anybody getting to it, who knows, you know, you can just use the RFID card. So really great. This one has a J1772. It works with any Tesla, with the adapter that comes with the Tesla, and it works with all these functions that Teslas have, you know, with the delayed charging, departure charging, and so on and so forth. So yeah, like I said, if you're looking for a level 2 charger, this is a great one. go down below in the description. There's a link there to it. Check it out. Great charger. I love it. I used it for a while at home. I also have a review, so I guess I should put a link up here, and you can go check out that review. Since I done that review, I used it more, and I'm very happy with this. And the great thing is it lends itself perfect for a permanent installation. You don't want to do NEMA 1450s. Yeah, it's a thing if you already have one, but if you do not have anything, hardwire a charger, okay? And this charger here is great. It hardwires real easy. You can take the pigtail out and works wonderful. Yeah, I love this thing, so highly recommended Wattsaving US10. So, well, for me, that is it for today. I think I need a shower. I've been digging here and playing in the dirt here. But I got pretty much everything done, so it is time for me to go clean up and well, gotta move on to the next adventure. So make sure also go down below in the description, click the link to our Redbubble store. Maybe you'd like something we have. Well, in any event, thank you for watching. Goodbye.